morning, everyone. My name's Christina Pava. I've been with Northwell Health now for 6 years as a registered nurse in the neurology neurosurgical department, and I was lucky enough to get chosen to go to Texas with the Hurricane Harvey relief this September with these lovely people. My segment, I just wanted to touch upon empathy and compassion and give you a little bit of my story. Unfortunately, I can't be there today, so we've chosen to videotape me. So my story started around 7 months ago. I had a baby at 31 weeks, which everyone knows. He probably wound up in the NICU. He stayed there for 5.5 weeks, and those 5.5 weeks were probably the hardest 5.5 weeks of my life and my husband's life. And we had a lot of support and help to get us through that time and to get us to where we are today. Anyway, the whole time I knew that someone was watching over us, that we made it through that time period. And when it had come down to it and we got asked if we wanted to volunteer, in my heart I knew that this was my chance to give back, that I made it through those 5.5, 6 weeks of my life, and that I needed to somehow give back, and that this was definitely my opportunity. So when they had asked us if we wanted to go, of course in my head I said, of course, who wouldn't want to go? But then I also thought, I have a 5-month-old baby and a 2.5-year-old. So I called my husband, I let him know, this is what's going on, they're sending a team out and we have to volunteer. So I went home that night and he sat me down and he was like, we've been through a lot, and I know that you have the same feeling in your heart that at some point we need to give back because we made it. We're here and we could smile at each other and we can give back after we made it through that hard time. So he said, okay. I did my submission on the email and I waited, and within not even 24 hours I got a call back asking me if I could go. And so I called my husband. Half hour later he said, yeah, sure, go. I'll take off of work, do what I have to do, and you do that. So basically, I got on a plane, met everybody, and I left my 2 babies behind. But I knew in my heart that this was my opportunity to give back, and that I would have never made it past those 5 weeks if God wasn't looking over me and there wasn't people in my life that were sent, that were miracles. Thank you to my manager at the time, Danielle. She had told me that whatever time I needed to take for me and the baby, that I could take. So if it wasn't for her, I probably wouldn't have made it through that either, just being able to focus on me and my family. So thank you. But when I got to Texas, it was very well orchestrated and everything was going well, and I kind of was like, maybe I didn't need to leave these babies. But as I walked onto the unit my first day there, the nurse manager came up to me and she said, I just want to say thank you so much, because I'm able to give my staff off because you guys are here, and I don't want them worrying about work when they have all of this to worry about. And she started crying and walked away. And as she started crying, I started crying, because I knew that that was all anyone wanted for me, was to be able to take care of my family and my stuff that was going on. So I was able to take off because of my support in this healthcare system and my support at home. And now I was able to provide that for other people. So it came full circle, and I got a lot of other perks out of it. I got to meet all of this staff, and they're wonderful, and it was a great experience. And if anyone needs toilet paper, I still have about 17 rolls that I brought to Texas with me that we didn't use. Ongoing joke with everyone. But that's my story, and I didn't cry this time when I told it, but that's my story, and I hope you guys see that as a whole, as our healthcare system, management included, we all have an impact on each other's lives. And I was lucky enough to be able to finally give back to I was finally able to give back to other people the way that it was given to me. So thank you for that opportunity.